Hi guys, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. My name is Crystal, and today I'm going to be sharing 6 easy dinner ideas with you guys. If you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to check out more What's for Dinner videos, I do have a playlist. Go ahead and check that out. I will pin it down in the comments, as well as share this video with someone you know so they can get some dinner ideas. So let's get started with this week's What's for Dinner. So on this day, David cooked for us some noodles that were very delicious. We helped chopped up some celery, some cabbage, some carrots, tons and tons of veggies. The noodles were so good. He had a little bit of oil. He is the one that gave me the recipe for the chili and for the jalapeno poppers.
Am I gonna be a video star?
Yeah, you already are. People know your chili and the jalapenos. They love it.
So to this, he added cabbage, like I said, onion, celery, carrots, mushroom, garlic, salt, black pepper. He also added zucchini, water chestnuts, and bean sprouts. We helped chopped up some of the veggies. And then he wanted to add the beef bouillon, the powder, but he didn't have any. So instead he added a brown gravy mix, which worked out perfect. If you guys could smell this, it smelled so good, just as it tasted. He kept cooking this up on the griddle, and then also adding a little bit of water and oil here and there. And then the noodles that you guys will see that he adds are yakisoba noodles. He also adds the sauce, and besides this, he also cooked up a chicken. He has a smoker, and he made like a chili sauce to it, like a marinade. It was so good. You guys will see it right now. It went good, really good, this dish. And along with this dish, my best friend Lesley, which is his daughter, made lumpias. I helped her wrap them, and the reason I said egg rolls earlier is because she added a little bit of cabbage, so I felt like they were more egg rolls, and then the wrapper was a little bit different, but it doesn't matter. They were bomb. They were so good. When I can, I will update the recipe. I also, on another video, will show you guys a different way of making lumpias, but definitely, if you guys want to make some noodles like this, I would definitely give it a try. Who knew brown gravy mix would taste so good in this? And this meal was very delicious, and I'll show you guys what it looks like all plated up. Here is the chicken. It wasn't too spicy, it just had tons of flavor, and of course it was smoked in the smoker, so it tasted amazing. Here is Lesley. She's making the lumpias that were so good. Very delicious, and we made them really quick, me and her, so it was something easy to make. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like all plated up. This is what the noodles look like. They were so good with all of that veggies. They were delicious, and that sauce that it made, it smelled and it tastes amazing. Here are some of the lumpias that are still coming out. And then also to that chicken, I'm going to show you what it looks like cut up. This is my plate right here. I have some of the lumpia, a little bit of the sweet chili sauce, the noodles, and some of that chicken. And this was what was for dinner on this day. So on this day, I brought over a ham. This ham, I actually got it at Aldi a couple of months ago. I got it for a really good deal. I believe we only paid $5 for it. It's a shank ham, and I brought it so that he can smoke it in his smoker. He smoked it for 250 degrees for 4 hours. And then right now I'll show the clip where I'm asking what seasonings he add. But pretty much we just had this on Hawaiian rolls. I just didn't film that part.
Oh my gosh. Smells so good. And what did you put on here?
Let me show you.
Smells good. Yeah, that's how it gets done. smells really good. Oh, okay.
Our hogs barbecue.
Oh, it smells so good.
Just a little bit.
That will do it. So for today's dinner, we are grilling up some hamburgers and hot dogs. I chopped up some lettuce, tomato, and onions. And then over here, I'm chopping up some cucumbers to have on the side. And then over here, I chopped up the other half of that watermelon. I just chopped it up like this so that the kids can have it easy to go. But there's still few of the square ones on the bottom, just very little bit. And this will pretty much finish up right now as we eat it when we go outside. So we're going to have that too on the side. Also going to be taking some pickles outside to have on the side of a hamburger.
Pickles.
Yeah. And here I am cooking about, let me see how many. I think I'm cooking about 14 corns. It's probably almost done. I'm gonna let it cook for about 30 more minutes. I just added salt, really easy. And then over here I have these hot links. These are from Costco. They're the Louisiana brand, I think it is. I'm not sure, but I picked these up at Costco. I only have 4, so we're gonna use these. I split them in half, my husband does, and it just makes about 8 of them since they're about pretty big. And then I took out a pack of these beef hot dogs. These are our favorite hot dogs to use. So I'm going to, hubby's going to grill some of that. And then got the cheese for cheeseburgers. He has the hamburger patties in the freezer. So as soon as he takes that and gets the grill ready to go, he'll take out the patties. And then we're going to be trying these gyro slices. These are already fully cooked. It's beef and lamb. We did pick this up at Costco as well. So if you guys want to check out that Costco haul, I'll put it in the description and also link it up in the iCard right now. But we're thinking of adding some of these slices just to warm them up since they are fully cooked and throwing them on a burger too. Probably my husband will have that. Bet you that's going to be really, really good. There's this local place close to us. I think it's called, I don't remember what it's called. But they serve gyro in the burgers, and my husband, when he goes there, that's what he gets. So we're going to try to replica that. So yeah, we're going to have corn, we're going to have cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and I'm going to show you what it looks like all grilled up and as well as plated up. So definitely yummy, yummy food. Thank you, God.
Hi.
Emily, hi. A cup hack. You can always put your name on your cups. I use a permanent marker just like that. You know whose cup is who.
What did you do on the cup?
And also, if somebody leaves something or throws it on the floor, I know whose it is. Yeah, hot dogs.
Give me one.
This one's the jalapeno with cheddar, huh? The sausage.
No, that one's just jalapeno.
Oh, just jalapeno. Hot links.
So my mother-in-law made French fries, as well as she made some onion rings that went really good with the hamburger and hot dogs, the hot links, and the sausages. We also had the cucumbers with lemon. We also brought out some tajin and some chiles, chips with salsa. We had the gyros. There's the corns. Also to the watermelon that was so good, and some iced tea there. And then this is just the chopped up lettuce and tomato and onions that we had toppings for the burgers. This is my plate right here. This is my hamburger, which I just added lettuce, tomato, onion, and I actually added one little onion ring in there, which was so good. And over here my husband is just warming up the gyro. He added it to his burger. I tried the gyro on its own and it is so good. It is spot on. It was just like a restaurant. So if you guys have a Costco in your area, really recommend picking up that gyro. This is my husband's burger, and yeah, this is what we had for dinner on this day. So on this day we had leftovers. I just warmed up everything in my toaster oven, and pretty much we've been grilling outside pretty often, and we make enough for 2 days. Now either we have enough to just eat the leftovers, or sometimes I will make a different side or just incorporate leftovers with a new dish, and you know, make sure we use up what we have. And this is my plate. I actually added the gyro meat in there. It is so good, and this is what was for dinner on this day.
Hi guys, so for today's dinner we're going to be making some smoked sausage. I have showed this recipe before here on my channel. I usually use polka kielbasa, but this one I picked it up at the Costco Business Center. I don't think they had the polka kielbasa, but that is fine. This is what I'm going to use. This is actually 3 pounds. Now when I make this for my dish, growing up I made it just for myself. It was my day to cook dinner. Just one day I came up with this and just decided to throw in some pineapple. So it does sound weird, but it's actually really good if you like pineapple. But if you don't, definitely add pasta, peppers, whatever you have. What I really like about this kind of sausage is that it cooks up really fast. It's such an easy meal, and if it's frozen, it's very easy to defrost. Now I have this in my fridge, and what I'm doing is I'm just cutting this in round little slices. Definitely you can cut whatever size sausage you want. This is just what works for my family. And like I said, I have tried this with polka kielbasa as well as with smoked sausage, and it comes out really good. This is the first time that I'm trying this brand. I did pick this up at the Costco Business Center. I believe this is the Texas Smokehouse. So it looks really good, smells really good. You can see all those spices in there. So we'll see what it tastes like. This is 3 pounds, so I'm just going to use 2 pounds because that works for our family with leftovers, which is nice for an easy quick lunch. I think the rest either I will put away in my fridge or I will freeze. So I'm just continuing to slice this up, and I'm going to show you guys what I do next. So I have this on a low heat right now. Whoops, sausage overboard. Just gonna let this cook up for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna pop a lid on them just so that they get nice and golden. I don't want this to burn. And then I'm gonna show you guys what I do next right now. So right now I'm just letting the sausage warm up a little bit just to get nice and golden. The next step is that I'm going to add some pineapple. I like to add 1 can of pineapple per sausage link. And I like to pick up the canned pineapple, the one that comes in juice. And if I can get it in chunks like this, I will get the chunks one. But sometimes I can't find it, or the rings is just cheaper. The last time I went to this grocery store, I stocked up with a couple of them just to have on hand. But to be honest, I always have these on hand. My girls really like this dish, so it's something that we do make at least once a month. So when I don't have them in the chunks, all I do is just slice them up. We really like pineapple. I really like pineapple. Just so good to have on hand, and as a snack, great. Even good to add to a spiral ham. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop it up pretty small, about the same size, but it really doesn't matter. If you don't like pineapple, like I said, or you don't eat pineapple, definitely you can use onions and peppers. What whatever you really want to add. What I like about that smoked sausage or the polka kielbasa is pretty much whatever you add in there, it takes on that flavor, and it goes really, really good. And what I really like about that is just an easy, quick meal to make. So alongside with the pineapple and the sausage, I always make this with steamed rice, so I'm gonna make that, and then we'll either do a steamed veggie or a salad, just depending what I have. But most likely I'm gonna steam up some broccoli and have that. So of course I will be sharing with you guys right now what that looks like all plated up. Okay, so now that my pineapple is all cut, you're gonna see that I'm gonna add my pineapple to my sausage, and then I'm gonna let that cook for about 30 minutes till these get caramelized and nice and golden, and then I'm gonna add the juice and another 30 minutes. Definitely, if you have less time, you can shorten it up each step to 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I've done that, but I've noticed that the longer it cooks on slow, it tastes way better. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna take this off. Normally when I cook the other brand, I don't get so much juice or fat, but it's fine. I'm gonna leave it in there. All flavor. I'm gonna leave that in there, I'm not picky. And then I noticed they shrinked up a bit, but no problem. I'm gonna add my pineapple now. And this is the can that has the chunks, so it's just easier. But sometimes I can't find the chunks, so I get the sliced one, like I said. So I don't add any seasons to this. This is just the sausage, the smoked sausage, or the polka kielbasa, whatever I have on hand. With the pineapple, this has tons of seasoning and salt for me that I don't need to add anything. And that's coming from someone who loves adding a lot of spice. And seasonings. I just don't add any. It really doesn't need anything. So I'm gonna let this cook up for another 30 minutes, and then hold on, mommy, and then I'm going to add the juice after. All I want is that the pineapple's caramelized. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes.
Because I'm here with my mom.
And the pineapple is not as golden as I usually like it, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Now I'm going to add the remaining juice of both cans. Now I'm going to let this, I'm going to bring it up to a medium heat. And I'm going to let this cook on with the lid. And just, I want the juice to reduce. And it'll become a little bit thicker or make like its own little sauce. And like you saw, I have the rice cooking. So by the time this is done, the rice and the broccoli will be ready. And I'm going to serve you guys, I'm going to serve a plate. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like all plated up. Okay, so pretty much this is ready. I let this cook for about 30 minutes and the sauce or the juice reduced down. And what I really like, it just makes this really yummy sauce. So if you like that sweet and salty combo, this is perfect. Just makes a nice little sauce. The pineapples are nice and golden. So what I'm going to do is I'm waiting for my rice. I'm just going to turn this off and wait for the rice and the broccoli. And I'll show you what it looks like all plated up right now. So this is what it looks like all plated up. My broccoli was definitely overcooked. I completely forgot not to use my rice cooker, steam it, my broccoli, because this happened the last time. I was just being lazy and didn't want to steam it on my stove. But yeah, I'm still going to enjoy it and eat it. I put a little bit of spray butter and some seasoning. So this is what we're having for what's for dinner for today. Hey guys, so for today's dinner we're going to be making some fried rice. I have some leftover rice from yesterday. I have a little bit more. I'm going to make like a garlic butter that I make. Well, actually my husband's going to be making the fried rice. I'm just going to be prepping the things for him. And then instead of like chicken, for fried rice we've used chicken and Spam We're gonna use some pork belly in there. I think that will be really good. And I don't think we're adding any veggies. We're gonna keep it very simple, this our version of fried rice. We're cooking up, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they bought pork ribs, and this time too I'm gonna be making the simple rub that I made last time, so I will be putting the ingredients down below in the description. Pretty much this is just some garlic, it's brown sugar, some paprika, and also some Lori seasoned salt. I just doubled the measurements that I added last time, and I'm gonna rub that all on there. My mother-in-law's making corn and baked potato. I'm cooking some beef ribs. I didn't film me like cutting them or adding them what I have inside, but it's 2 racks of beef ribs that I bought at the Costco Business Center. And pretty much in here I have hot water, I have salt, I also have a couple of bay leaves, a piece of onion, and a whole head of garlic cut in half. I actually have a video on how I made them last time, and I'm going to cook these up for 2 hours, and then I'm going to put them in the oven or either on the grill with barbecue sauce. I'll put that video down below, how I made the pork ribs, and also the other video how I did the beef ribs, if you guys want to watch that.
So I did say that I was going to be putting the measurements, but honestly I didn't really measure it. I just kind of threw it in there. I just made a bigger portion of it, and then I taste the seasoning on its own just to make sure it's right. But pretty much it's just, like I said, a little bit of the Lori seasoned salt, fresh garlic because I don't have garlic powder, and then also brown sugar, and then I just add that amount and mix it up, and that's how I made this rub. And I don't want to make a rub that's overpowering because we're still cooking these on the grill and then adding barbecue sauce. I feel like if I was not adding barbecue sauce, then definitely I would add a little bit more seasonings, but this seasoning just came out really good. This rub, nice and simple. But if you guys are making pork ribs at home or beef ribs and you guys have your favorite rub, definitely go ahead and use that. My sister-in-law really wanted ribs again, and her husband, so what they bought were the pork loin ribs. They just didn't realize that 2 packs came, each one comes with 3 racks of ribs, but it's okay because we definitely have enough for leftovers, and we will be having that for the following day, which you guys will see on the next What's for Dinner. And I'm also going to pair it up with just a different side dish, and stay tuned for that one. You guys will see that on the next What's for Dinner. And here what I'm doing is just making sure I'm rubbing each side, making sure it gets a good rub, not a marinade, sorry. And then here I am watching my girl Kenyatta. Her channel name is just Rene. You guys could definitely go check out her channel. I will link down her channel down below. Her husband and her, or just her, she'll go live on her channel, and besides going live, she has a shopping haul, she does some cooking videos, she does some vlogs. Honestly, she's a really good friend of mine, really down to earth. I love her and her husband and her family. They're so funny. I always have such a great time on her live, so I really recommend you guys go check her out. And then over here I'm just chopping up, I already chopped up a little bit of a white onion and then green onions. When I make fried rice, I keep it very simple. I do add onion, green onion, and carrot. That's it, but I didn't have carrot on this day, so I just added the onion and the green onion, and then I also add garlic. So here I'm just chopping up. I use the whole part of the onion. I use the white part and the green part, but I do save some of the green part for garnish. And then over there to the side, you guys will see the leftover rice that we had from yesterday. I have about 5 cups of the rice. And then I'm going to show you that butter that I was saying earlier. So pretty much I prepared everything how I normally do. It's just instead of using chicken or Spam, I've used that before for fried rice. My husband wanted to try it with pork belly, and it actually came out really good. You guys will see how he prepared it on the grill. I just pretty much told him what to add and what to do, and it was really good. So here I am crushing 2 garlic cloves for the onion mixture, just so that can get sauteed and cooked up. And then I'm only using 1 garlic clove for my butter that I mix. I don't know if it's common or traditional, but this is kind of just how I kind of mimic the Benihana ones. Like I see them grilling and cooking up the chicken fried rice, so I kind of just like my take on it, and this is how I make my fried rice. My husband and my family really like it. So what I do is I add butter, and I make sure that the butter is softened, and then I add paprika to give it that red color. And then I have that crushed garlic, but if you don't have garlic, you can use garlic powder. And then I just add a very little bit of ginger. It's like a very tiny sprinkle because that is overpowering and it's just for that little flavor. And then pretty much I'm just making like a compost butter. I'm just making sure it's getting nice and mixed, and it'll get like this nice orangey tint. And then I'll show you guys how we grill and make this delicious fried rice. So here I am just taking out the beef ribs. I do boil them for about 2 hours. I know not everybody boils their beef ribs, but this is the way my mother-in-law taught me, and they are so good. She doesn't eat much pork, so when I'm cooking pork and she's gonna be eating with us, I make sure to have a different option for her, and she had the beef ribs. And then this is the pork belly. My husband only added a little bit of salt. He's just cooking it up on this griddle. And then on the side we had my sister-in-law bought like Polish dogs that were really good from Costco, and also to the barbecue ribs. I know it's like kind of random, but it actually went really good and tasted really good. Here my husband is just chopping up the pork belly, and then we also had a little bit of watermelon. Now it's not the same watermelon that I had the other day. We actually bought more watermelon because we just love watermelon during this time. It is so good and refreshing, and the kids really like it. So then we also had corn, and another thing, corn is really good during this time. And then he is just cutting it up like I said, and then I'll show you guys what he does next. So here he is adding the green onion and the white onion to there with the garlic. He added a little bit of oil, and pretty much what I like to do when I'm cooking the fried rice is that I just told him to make sure, just to get it nice and translucent, the onion, just make sure it gets nice and cooked, and it's just for a quick couple of minutes. It doesn't take too long. And then I just add a little bit of salt to the vegetables, because even though we are going to be using soy sauce, it is important to season the vegetables or the veggies that you are using. In this case, it's just onions and garlic. Also to season whatever protein you choose. You can also make this with shrimp, or if you don't want to eat any meat, you could definitely skip it out and just have that fried rice like that. You can really switch it up. This is just our take on fried rice that I just been making for so many years. So after it gets nice and translucent and it's nice and cooked, it's not like raw anymore, he's gonna start adding a little bit of that butter that I made. And once he adds that butter, he's gonna add the rice. Make sure that when you are making fried rice, at least in my experience, I try to make rice that's a day old, or at least if it's rice that you made that day, I let it like cool down completely, because if not, it just gets too sticky. But yeah, here's that butter. You see how it has that orange tint. It got the flavor of the paprika and the garlic and a little bit of that ginger. And right here he's going to start adding the rice to there, and like I said, I had 5 cups of rice. And then all I do, it just comes pretty quick. All I told him to do was make sure to mix the butter with the rice, and then little by little start incorporating the onion mixture with the pork belly, and then we'll start adding more of the sauces, right? So besides soy sauce, we do like to add this teriyaki sauce, and the reason that I like to add this teriyaki sauce, it has some sesame seeds in there that I really like, and also too it's kind of like sweet and salty. One day I just decided to add it in my fried rice, and it was a total game changer. We don't add that much, but really I feel like this is like a big part of the fried rice. Like I said, this is probably not traditional at all. This is just our take on fried rice, and it just goes so good. So ever since then that I decided to add it, I always add it to when I make fried rice. And then besides that, we are gonna add soy sauce, and we're gonna be adding more just as we go. We season it, we taste it, see how it needs more, and then we're gonna be adding the rest of the butter, and then just mixing it up, pretty much just mixing and mixing, making sure that he breaks down the rice, making sure that every little rice has enough of that butter, enough of the flavor of the soy sauce, and also that teriyaki sauce that has the sesame seeds in it. And then at the end he'll start incorporating everything together. And then on the grill side, those are the beef ribs. After they had cooked, we add barbecue sauce, and then just pretty much grill them for about 10 minutes, not that long at all. So then now he's starting to add the pork belly to it, and he starts mixing everything up. Even as it's still mixing up, we still added more of the teriyaki sauce and more of the soy sauce. We just kept adding until we felt like it was the right consistency and the right taste and the right color that we wanted. After this, he's gonna scoot all the rice to the side, and he's gonna cook the eggs a little bit separate. And then to those eggs, I just added a little bit of salt, and we were just scrambling some eggs. If you're doing this on a stovetop, I would highly recommend to cook the eggs separate. One time, it was just one time, that's all it took. I was being very lazy, and I just decided to cook the eggs. I just scooped the rice to the side, and in the same pan I just thought I could cook the eggs. Oh my goodness, it ruined the whole fried rice. It just became too soggy. It was just not good. So if you're gonna make this fried rice, or make a fried rice like to your own liking, I definitely recommend cooking the eggs separate. So here he's just adding a little bit more soy sauce, and then we added a little bit more of the teriyaki, and just kept mixing and mixing. When I make this on the stovetop, I usually make it on a wok, and I'm just constantly, it just cooks up really fast because everything is pretty much cooked at this point. It's just a lot of tossing and mixing it up, and then tasting it just to make sure it's well seasoned and has all the right flavors that I'm looking for in a fried rice. So here he's just cracking the eggs, and then I added a little bit of salt, and then we were just trying to I was trying to get him to hurry up and mix them and break the yolk and quickly make those eggs scramble, because if not we were gonna have some fried eggs, and that's not what we wanted. But yeah, he did it. He did such a great job. Once he fully cooked it and it was nice and scrambled, we just again mixed everything up, and then tasted it again, and if we needed to add more soy sauce, I think we just added a little bit more and a little bit of the teriyaki, and then it was perfect. And then you guys will see right now that at the end, once it's done, I always love to add fresh green onion on top. I feel like just that pop of green really makes it look really good, and it tastes really good. I don't know, I just, every time I make fried rice, I like to add a little bit of fresh green onion on top. And yeah, this is how we make our fried rice. It is so good, and it actually completely finished. I know these food didn't go together like fried rice with ribs, but I'm telling you guys, it was so good. There's me adding the green onions. And then here he was just being silly. He made a heart like they do at Benihana's. And then he was doing that because they say like the beating heart. And then sometimes they'll rip it in half and they'll say like, oh, broken heart. Like they're so funny. And he is so funny. I just love my husband so much. And then these are the beef barbecue ribs. They were so good. Those were completely out. We also gave some to some neighbors, some of the food. That's why all the fried rice completely finished. It was just so good. And the beef ribs completely finished. These are the pork ribs. It was a total of 6 of them. So we do have enough for leftovers that you guys, like I said, will see in the next What's for Dinner. These are the pork ribs. Once they're fully cooked, we know, just add a little bit of barbecue sauce. This is the salad that my sister-in-law made. I had the fried rice with sriracha, the beef rib, and the corn. Just a simple, easy dinner. Very delicious. Even though it doesn't go together, it went delicious together. It was so good, and that was dinner for this day. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to see more What's for Dinner videos, I do have a playlist, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching as always.
You look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours.